in Love's Cauldron, I do talk a lot about ways of perceiving beyond the flatlands, as I call it, 1 + 2 = 3. I talk about some tarot readings and how I used a tarot reading to communicate with my mother, who had passed on. She communicated to me through that tarot reading. So I talk about a lot of things that have to do with ways of opening up the intuition to other, like portals, to other dimensions, other people who passed on, other knowledge. So growing up, and again, I grew up in a difficult, what was it for me, a difficult childhood. Not everyone might agree, but for me it was very difficult. And I used books and animals. Animals I found love with, and books opened me up to other worlds to survive. And one of the things I read when I was, a teenager is I read all the Seth Speak books, which are channeled. I read astrology. I read, at some point, I Ching, although that might have been a little later. I was interested in everything that was beyond this limited world. And so I did spend a lot of time exploring other voices. What are the channeled beings saying? What does that mean? How does it impact me? And that was the beginning. Now, at that point in time, I didn't know what that meant. Why do I like all that? I don't know. But later, when I started using the pendulum, well, first I learned tarot way before that. I learned tarot. I started working with a tarot when I was 25, and later I started using a pendulum, which is where I really learned how to tune into other voices and other information. But I didn't want people to know I used a pendulum because I didn't want to be made fun of. I didn't want to be laughed at. I didn't want to be heckled. And part of claiming your power is, hopefully you're safe enough to do this. If you're not, don't do it. But saying who you are and how you access, how you engage with the world and the universe. And for me, using the pendulum is one of the ways, using the tarot cards, that kind of thing.